This is the world of the Norians, 200 million years before any human walked the earth. You've just hatched from a tiny egg nestled in a shallow hole, munching on a lizard leg left behind by your mother. And now you're on a quest to find her. Along the way, you stumble upon a lush paradise filled with dinosaurs living in harmony. Just kidding. This place is more like the Hunger Games on steroids. High-pitched shrieks and blood-curdling roars echo in the distance. Not taking any chances, you retreat into the hole, hiding behind your siblings because let's face it, if anyone's getting eaten first, it'll be you. Maybe it'll be new coelophysis. Those noises, probably your parents one of them, at least being someone else's lunch. The presence of these friends will definitely make dinosaurs extinct more easily. Your desperate cries for her cause the eggs around you to break prematurely, bringing your siblings into the world incomplete, another nail in the extinction coffin. The brutal truth is you have two choices: survive or be eaten. Here on Earth, anything bigger than you either wants to crush you, bite you, or gulp you down, or maybe toss you around as a toy for its kids. It's like a giant prehistoric buffet, and you're on the menu. Every shadow might be the last one you ever see. When you poke your head out of the nest, you immediately feel how small and vulnerable you are. But good news, the dinosaur that got eaten wasn't one of your siblings. One of them is still alive, for now. Survival plan. Your agenda for the next few weeks: hide, scavenge, and somehow stay alive, even if you manage to avoid predators. Finding food is an entirely different challenge. You're just a baby dinosaur, and your hunting skills are, well, let's call them a work in progress. Your menu consists of anything that doesn't try to eat you first. Bugs? Sure. Tiny reptiles? Why not? If it's small and not too dangerous, it's on the table. But you're not alone. Other coelophysis hatchlings are just as hungry and just as desperate. Competition is fierce. And when food is scarce, you might even end up fighting your own kind. As you grow older, things only get worse. Bigger and scarier. Predators are everywhere. And you're still not big enough to defend yourself. But luckily, you've got a few tricks up your scaly sleeve. Your big eyes give you telescope-like vision to spot sudden movements, and your long, powerful legs let you dart through the underbrush like a prehistoric ninja. You'll need to be smarter, faster, and sneakier than the others. Cooperation might save you. Hunting in packs and targeting smaller prey like early herbivores could be your ticket to survival. Your prey one bite, and you'd slice through them like a hot knife through meat butter, except the butter is screaming for their life. Oh, you also have arms. By the end of the week, you've basically become a stealthy mini ninja. Your parents still bring you back the occasional lizard. But for the most part, it's up to you to survive. You're 15 now. Honestly, no one thought you'd make it this far. Against all odds, you're still here. Now, a teenage coelophysis with muscles like a prehistoric bodybuilder. You've grown to 10 feet tall, about the size of a small house, and weigh close to 2 tons. You can sprint at 30 mph, but sorry, still not Olympic material. Your diet has leveled up. Instead of running from your meals, you've learned to work with others to catch them. You and your fellow coelophysis form hunting packs, chasing down smaller prey like young triceratops. It's not glamorous, but it's safer, and it keeps you alive. This is your calendar. You spend your days hunting, eating, and sleeping, until one day you reach adulthood at the age of 20. Now a fully grown coelophysis, you've got about 6 years left to live. And let's be real, life as an apex predator can get lonely. The idea of sharing your glorious existence with a mate sounds pretty appealing. So the search begins. Competition for mates is intense. You'll need to prove your hunting skills, agility, and strength. Not just by being big and tough, but by showing strategy, charm, and yes, a little flair. You spot a gorgeous female coelophysis with skin that shimmers in the sunlight. She's strong and confident, and you can't take your eyes off her. Time for the performance of your life. It's time to choose the equipment you need for the theater performance and get ready for small and big hunts. You hunt down a small dinosaur, perhaps a hadrosaur, and proudly display your catch, letting out a triumphant roar. It's not just about impressing her, it's a message to everyone else. Back off. But don't get too comfortable. Rival males are always waiting to steal the show, and a fight for her attention might just be around the corner. Well, now you can make love like your parent and enjoy the peace of life. Well, now that you have found your love and reached peace, it is time to become a parent and face the difficulties of raising the next generation. You and your mate guard your eggs fiercely, defending them from threats like raptors or parasaurs looking for a snack. After months of vigilance, the eggs finally hatch, and the sound of cracking shells fills you with pride. But the reality, your hatchlings are tiny, defenseless, and completely reliant on you. At first, you bring them small lizards, but soon they'll need to learn how to fend for themselves in a world that doesn't show mercy. You teach them the ways of survival, just as you once learned, though trial and error might be their greatest teacher. You look at that child from behind the window, but you have to leave her alone. Course seasons pass and you've become recognized in the region. You're a legend now. Younger dinosaurs whisper tales of the fearsome Coelophysis. You've carved out a territory where you rule unchallenged. Life is good, but time takes its toll. You're not the spry, quick hatchling anymore. You've grown larger, wiser, but also a bit slower. Your body isn't what it used to be. The younger Coelophysis around you look at you with a mixture of respect and something else. Ambition. They are hungry for power. The scars of countless battles and years of hunting are evident. As you age, the instinct to dominate begins to wane. You find yourself more content to rest in the sun, basking in the glory of your past. It's time again to assert dominance. You rise, your massive body blocking the sun, let out a mighty roar sound that echoes through the valley. The young Coelophysis steps forward. It's a roar of echoing back at you. It's a challenge, louder, fiercer, full of raw arrogance. For a moment you think about how easily you could crush this little upstart, and the problem would be solved. You spent your whole life fighting for dominance, battling for territory, throwing down with anyone who dared to challenge you, but as you stare down at your opponent, something shifts. This time was different. As the young Coelophysis charges at you, you feel your muscles ache and your mind heavy. You realize that the thrill is gone. You've been here before, over and over. Maybe you're just tired of the constant fight, the endless noise, the same routine of proving you're the biggest and the strongest. You lower your head. The adrenaline fades. Maybe it's time to stand up and the world's ready for a new king. You'd better retire to the beach and make love. That's how the life of Coelophysis ends. Or maybe it's just the beginning of new stories in a world full of change.